I'll see you soon, Sean. See? It's getting to me. This is what happens when you cover two festivals at the same time. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Phil Marriott. I am with Sean Vickers. We are Boys on Film. Well, 2 out of 3. That's not bad, is it? Raj isn't here, but he will be soon.
Where is Rod?
Doing the Hazel Dean dance now.
He's definitely doing that somewhere. He's not here though on the screen, is he?
This is the bit of our coverage of BFI Flare that I've been really looking forward to, because we did this with London Film Festival and we called it Sean Shorts.
I really love watching the shorts. And
I haven't seen any.
Overlooked. Yeah, and there's always some fab stuff in there, and I always think it's a real melting pot for people coming through the industry. So yeah, shorts with Sean, the Flare version. The shorts are grouped into strands, and so I'm going to go through some of the strands, some of my personal faves. Obviously, there's a lot of content there. But I'm going to go through a few from my personal faves. I'm going to start with queer, as in questioning everything strand, which is
Amazing.
Always where I start.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start with a film called Bodies of Desire from 2021. It's directed by Saab Nawab and Varshna Panikar. And this is a beautiful short. It's probably 3 or 4 minutes long. It's like 4 sets of lovers, all just basically being lovers, with Varsha Panikar's poetry spoken over the top of it. So it's massively sensual, and the couples are, every flavour, every mix. That's what's so lovely about it. And it was one of my fave shorts. It's very, very short. It's called Bodies of Desire. Just this beautiful moment of the poetry, the lighting, the mood of just couples. And the great thing about there being 4 sets of couples is you kind of just remove everything about gender and about sexuality, and it's just couples just being together, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. So I absolutely loved that. So Bodies of Desire.
Amazing. Love and poetry, what a good combination that is. Goes well together.
Well, it's just, you suddenly realise that you're just absorbing something with that short. You're not trying to build a narrative, you're just letting it wash over you, and it was fabulous.
I was going to ask you about shorts, because a lot of the time I do overlook these at the festivals. We've spoken about that in previous videos, but where can people normally see shorts afterwards? Because I never know where they go, because sometimes you see them maybe as introductions to features in other films. If you're going to like arts festivals and stuff, you will see them kind of coming round again. But yeah, I always wonder where they go.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one, because I think they do the rounds. I mean, for instance, Buck, which is again a BFI Flare, we talked about in Sean's shorts for London Film Festival, which I'm not going to talk about today, but they do the rounds. They've sometimes come up on YouTube. They sometimes get hosted on art sites. So yeah, I mean, I do hope that they don't end up in some kind of weird burial ground. Like, I do hope they have a life, because, I find the short films really amazing. And they also create, for often, a springboard for a lot of amazing directors, producers, artists, etc. So yeah, I don't know. There's no central place. It's a really interesting point, Phil, that you raised.
Yeah, I think there should be. There should be more prominence, more emphasis on those. And also, I suppose, a lot of shorts do become features as well, which is quite exciting. Of course. Because they're like the springboard, aren't they, for other ideas?
They are. And I do think like platforms like IMDb have got better in recent years of documenting shorts in the same way they document features. So I think that's great for, as I say, the wider cast of people working on these short films. It's your foot in the door, and as a medium, I love shorts as they are. So yeah.
Okay, so what's next?
So I'm going to stay in queer as in question everything, and I'm going to talk about a film called Pure from 2020. This was gorgeous. It's directed by Natalie Jasmine Harris, and it really is kind of like a coming-of-age story about Celeste and her escort. So they're preparing to go to prom, and Celeste is with another person who she feels is the safe way, the right way to go to prom without causing too much controversy. But interestingly, Celeste does spoken word, and when she does her spoken word, she's incredibly free and liberated and her authentic self. And it's just this very short film about how she brings those two stories together and how she ends up at prom being herself. And I thought it was absolutely lovely.
And is that the sort of short that you can imagine being a feature, or is that just quite nice on its own in a shorter form? Because I think some shorts do suit a short better than feature.
It could. In some ways, it's beautifully rounded up, because it's covering something, it's such a short fragment of time, but it's more about the emotions and feelings of Celeste. And so you could do that, but actually it works perfectly in its current format.
Yeah, small is beautiful sometimes, I think.
And there are some films I'll talk about today which I would be like, turn that into a feature. But yeah, so they're the two that I want to talk about from Queers in Question and Everything. Next, I want to go to The Strand, which is For the Record, and a film from 2020 called Son of Sodom, which is set between Colombia and Argentina, directed by Teo Montaya. And this is a very interesting film. It tells the story of a chap called Camilo Najar, who's 21, and the film starts with him auditioning for a role, only to then find out that he dies of a heroin overdose 4 or 5 days later. So you start the film with this amazing, like, ebullient character who's kind of living their best life and saying, this is how I live, this is how I roll. And then really unpicks into what's happening behind the scenes in these big Latin American cities. And I thought it was amazing. It was incredibly powerful. And it's how people refer to that person, because he has an Instagram profile called Son of Sodom. And so people are looking back at that and how this person lived their life. And it's interesting because the director just has this glimmer of it from an audition, and how they kind of drill into that. And I thought it was fascinating. So that was really great from For the Record strand.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does sound quite powerful.
It had some connections with Cannes in the awards, and rightly so. It was very, very powerful and very kind of like unvarnished, and just really quite wonderful. Next, we're going to go to In the Strand, Striving to Be Seen, and this is a great, very small documentary called Trans Happiness is Real. It's by Quentin Baker. It's from 2020, and it really follows the life of a student in Oxford, a trans student in Oxford, who is basically on a daily basis peeling off stickers that are stuck on the walls of Oxford, like telephone boxes and letter boxes and lampposts, which are basically transphobic, so very turf-led messaging all over Oxford. And this person goes around and removes the sticker and then places over the sticker a positive message of like trans happiness is joy. And it just goes, so basically it's this whole thing of like every day this kind of, somebody's going around putting these really awful messages and someone else is going and peeling them off and then replacing them with something incredibly positive. And you kind of think, and that's where I was like, oh my gosh, I want to know more. Who is the person? Are they going to like, what is going on? And it was really wonderful. The context of it is not wonderful, but it was just this kind of like, we are just going to be out there every day. When this is, and that was incredible. I
love it. Hopefully an inspirational piece as well to persuade other people to do exactly the same thing. We don't need that shit. Just get rid of it and replace it with something positive and inspiring and optimistic.
Yeah. Incredible, really. So,
brilliant.
So I'd really recommend that. And then my final one is In the Strand, Beginnings and Endings, and it's called Listening In from 2019 by Omar Sterenberg. Now, this could be a feature film. It is about an Israeli soldier who is listening in on a Palestinian target, but the Palestinian target is gay and is talking to his lover. And it's how the soldier is documenting the conversation, and how he's so close to it that often he's not documenting the entire story. And it was just, I thought was amazing. It was just like basically he's listening into a conversation between two people in Palestine talking, and it was just incredible.
That's a great idea for a movie. I'm getting kind of elements of Firebird, but maybe more.
Elements of Firebird, definitely.
Yeah.
And then because the soldier, it appears, identifies as queer or gay, how he feels about it. Because clearly through the lens of the soldier, the Palestinian guy is a target, but then him living his life and just basically listening into someone's relationship. Yeah, that was one where I was like, I need more. This could be unpacked and I need more. So that's my final one for this season of Shorts with Sean.
Amazing. I knew you would deliver with Sean Shorts once again. I can't wait for the next festival where you can do the same.
One tries, one best.
So much fun covering these movies. I mean, movies and shorts, features and shorts. But yeah, so much to talk about this year. And yeah, so many great conversations around these ideas and this content. It's been great.
It's generated such amazing conversations. That's what the festival should do.
Yeah.
Certainly across social media and in people's households. The conversations I've had with my husband about some of these topics. It's been amazing, and that's what it should do. So I think it's been thrilling. I'm also thrilled that we're at the end, so I can give my brain a rest. But absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we're kind of still in one piece, just about. There have been moments where I've struggled a little bit, but, you know, I mean, it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be so much fun, I don't think, if it wasn't.
Well, Phil, the combination of this and South by Southwest is a lot of content.
Yeah, I've learned something for next year. Something in my ear telling me don't do that again. You've taken off, you know, bitten off more than you can chew, I think. But yeah, if you want to check out all the coverage that we've done, playlist is on the screen now. I'll see you soon, Sean. See? It's getting to me. This is what happens when you cover two festivals at the same time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next one.